Hi everyone, it's Tara with Secretbees Studio, and I'm here to show you how to make this adorable traveler's notebook style pocket-sized mini scrapbook featuring 3 tabbed folders on the inside. For this pocket-sized mini, I used the Simple Stories Springtime Simple Set collection, which has beautiful patterned paper in bright spring colors, and there are coordinating journaling cards and stickers to go along with it. I created 3 folders for the inside, and then when you open this mini, I put one of the journaling cards as a pocket on the inside and simply made a tag out of some of the patterned paper to fit inside that pocket. For each of the tab folders, I simply created one insert to fit inside, but you could certainly do as many as you would like. I decorated the pages with some die-cut frames and die-cut photo corners, as well as stickers and patterned paper from the collection. This one is a super simple mini scrapbook, but it looks so adorable with all of this happy patterned paper. And like I said, you can add as many inserts inside those folders as you would like. You could even make a small notebook to fit inside this one as well. So this pocket mini measures 6 inches in length, and each front and back cover are 4 inches wide, and there is a spine that is 1¼ inches. And I'm going to show you how I created the cover of this book and then all of the tabbed folders for the inside, as well as show you how to do the elastic cord to hold everything in place. Like I said before, I'm using the Simple Stories Springtime Simple Set collection with its beautiful patterned papers and the coordinating sticker sheet that goes along with it. For the cover of this pocket mini, I cut 2 pieces of the patterned paper in different patterns. The first is the main piece, which is 6 inches long by 9¼ inches in length. There is also a spine for the back of the book, and that is 6 inches in length, and it is only 1¼ inch in width. I added a spine to this mini so that it would give it extra strength for all of the eyelets and the elastic cord that we will be using. I'm just going to show you a simple way to get that spine in the center of this book. So we're going to measure the length of this cover, which is 9¼ inches, and we're going to make a center mark at 4 5/8 of an inch. You're also going to make a mark in the center of your spine piece of patterned paper. I flip mine over just because it'll be easier to see. And this is 1¼ inches, so we're going to make a mark at the center at 5/8 inch. Then take your spine piece of patterned paper and lay it on the cover, lining those marks up. Then just simply make marks on the side of that spine so that when you go to adhere it, you will know exactly where to place that piece of patterned paper. Once you adhere the spine piece of patterned paper to the cover of your mini, you can simply erase those marks that you made with the pencil. I don't show this on camera, but after my spine was adhered, I used a corner chomper and rounded all of my corners with the 1/4 inch punch. The next step is to make the marks where we will be punching the holes for all of the grommets that will hold the elastic in place. I'm going to do this on the inside of my book because it's just easier to see. I'm also going to be making some marks where that spine is on my cover so that I know I am in the center of that spine. So line your ruler up between those marks, and it should be 1¼ inch in width, and find the center, which we know from before is at 5/8 of an inch, and make a mark about 1/8 to 1/4 inch down from the top of that spine. Once I made the center mark, I just went 1/4 inch on either side of it and made another mark. This way we will have 3 holes at the top, and we will also be doing the same thing at the bottom of the book. We also need to make a mark for a hole in the center of the spine, and go ahead and line your ruler up with the center marks that you made at the top and the bottom, and put a mark at 3 inches because our spine is 6 inches in length. Once all of your marks are made, go ahead and punch holes or make holes at those marks. For the top and bottom holes, I will be using a Crop-A-Dile using the small hole punch. For the center hole, you can see here that I'm using a scoring tool, but you could just as easily use scissors to make that center hole. For my holes, I will be placing some mini eyelets in them, and these I got at Michael's quite a while ago, and they're by the Paper Studio. And for the top and bottom eyelets, I will be using my Crop-A-Dile again to be flattening them out. Since my Crop-A-Dile will not reach the center hole, I place the eyelet and then put it on a flat surface and use a small hammer to flatten it. If you have a large Crop-A-Dile, that would be easier, but a hammer works just as well. The next step is to thread the elastic cord in our book using only the top and the bottom holes. I'm using elastic cord that I bought from Joann in a nice bright yellow. And you can go ahead and measure out some of your elastic cord. I usually just measure top to bottom for length, double it up, and then cut a little bit extra so that I know I have enough to work with. Take one end of the elastic cord and start at the bottom outside hole. Thread the elastic through to about halfway and just hold on to that end. Next, take the other end of the elastic and insert it into the hole to the right of the center from the outside in. Pull the elastic snug to the same hole at the top of the album and insert it from the inside out. Cross over to the top center hole and insert the cord from the outside to the inside. Pull the cord down and insert it through the same bottom center hole we started with to the outside of the book. Then move to the left bottom hole and insert the cord outside in. Pull the cord up snugly to the same hole at the top and insert it from the inside out. Lastly, move over to the top center hole and insert the cord from the outside in. Hold both ends and make sure the cord is snug but not too tight, and then tie the ends together. Once the cord is tied in a secure knot, trim both ends with scissors. Use the remaining cord if you have enough, or cut a new piece for the center closure. Before securing this cord completely, make sure the cord is long enough to fit around the book and is not too tight. Insert both ends of the cord from the outside center hole to the inside and make the cord as snug as you would like, and then tie the ends together in a knot. Once secure, trim any remaining cord. Now we're going to make the tabbed folder inserts for the inside of the book, and for this we're going to be using more of the patterned paper along with a We Are Memory Keepers tab punch board. These folders measure 8 3/4 inches in length, including that tabbed edge, by 5.5 inches in width. I already have one folder cut out, so I'm going to take another piece of the patterned paper and cut 2 more pieces at 8 3/4 inches long by 5.5 inches in width. To make a folder with a side tab, place the tab alignment bar into the side tab location. Insert your patterned paper corner into the punch, making sure it's aligned with that tab alignment bar. Go ahead and punch your paper. Then remove that tab alignment bar, put it back in its storage location. Flip your paper over and align it to either the small, medium, or large tab according to what you would like. I use the small tab for my folders. To make a center tab folder, you do not need that tab alignment bar, so you can leave it in its storage area. And I had to make mine through a little bit of trial and error. There are marks at the bottom of the tab punch board, numbered with a small, medium, and a large, and I learned that I had to put my 5.5 inch piece of patterned paper at the 6 medium mark and then punch the tab. Then I flipped my paper over and aligned it with the small tab and punched again. To get that flat edge of the folder, Insert your tabbed edge under that cutting track, remove the blade from its little holder, and then carefully cut around your tabs. To make sure that my folders fold evenly, I'm going to be using a scoreboard. I place the long end at the top and it will measure 8 inches in length. So we're going to measure right in the center at 4. We will do this for each folder. Once all of your score marks are made, you can go ahead and fold your folders in half. Again, for all of these folders, I'm going to use my corner chomper and I'm going to round the corners with the 1/4 inch punch. For the insides of these folders, I just used some spring colored cardstock cut to size. We know that our folders measure 5.5 inches wide by 8 inches in length, so I'm going to cut these cardstock inserts to 5.25 inches by 7.5 inches. Then using our scoreboards again, we're going to score these inserts in half at 3 3/4 inches. I folded each of the inserts in half and I used a bone folder to make sure they were nice and flat because this cardstock is a bit heavier. Then I went ahead and used the 1/4 inch punch of my corner chomper and rounded all of the corners. To attach the inserts to the inside of the folder, I'm going to be using a piercing tool and standard staples which measure 1/2 inch in width. Place the cardstock insert inside the folder, aligning the center seams and making sure there is 1/8 of an inch on both sides. Position your ruler at the top of the folder, not the insert, and use a pencil to make marks at 1/2 inch and 1 inch at the top of the folder and 4.5 inches and 5 inches at the bottom. Move the insert out of the way, align your ruler again with the top of the folder and make the same marks at 1/2 inch and 1 inch, 4.5 inches and 5 inches. This will ensure that all of your holes line up. Do this for each folder and insert, and then use your paper piercer to make small holes at each mark. Once that is done, insert the staples through the holes from the outside of the folder to the inside of the insert and fold the ends of the staples down. I use my fingernail, but you can also use the flat edge of scissors. To make the pocket for the inside cover of the book, I used a 3x4 journaling card from the collection. I wanted the pocket to stay 3x4 inches in size and not take any of that size up with adhesive. So I cut 2 pieces of patterned paper to 1/2 inches in width and 1 to 3 inches in length and 1 to 4 inches in length. I scored these in half lengthwise at 1/4 inch and then folded them in half. I apply 1/4 inch score tape to each side of the patterned paper pieces and adhere one side to the back of the pocket, making sure the folded edges of the patterned paper are on the edges of the pocket. You can see that after adhering those pieces, I end up with a little bit of extra on one end, which I just clip off with some scissors. I also take my corner rounder and use that 1/4 inch punch to round the corner of the pocket so it will match the corner of the cover. Then I just go ahead and adhere the pocket to the inside corner of the book. This way I keep the pocket at its 3x4 size and leave plenty of room for a large tag to fit inside. Insert all of your folders into the book and then use the remaining patterned paper and coordinating sticker sheet to embellish and decorate this book and make it even more adorable than it already is. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.